Hi everyone, welcome to Storytime. I'm Tracy Gallup, a featured Asia Store author. For years, Asia Store at Asia Society has been a wonderful home to showcase my books. And now I'm excited to partner with Asia Store in this children's video series, where I'll be reading from my latest book, my first book of haiku poems. Maybe you're wondering how this book came to be. I was showing a group of paintings to my thoughtful and very helpful daughter, and she suggested I pair them with haiku poetry. So I poured through books of classical haiku, and I was amazed at how closely they expressed the same ideas I was trying to evoke with my paintings. I was sharing the same thoughts with people from distant times and places. It makes me feel like a time traveler. How magical to meet a soulmate through words with a man like Kobayashi Isa, born over 200 years ago in Japan. In this 21st century, I look at the same moon as he did and imagine. Here are two poems that Isa wrote about the moon, paired with two of my moon paintings. And the red moon. To whom does that belong, children? How would you answer the poet's question? Does the moon belong to anyone? Does it belong to everyone? What about the sea, the clouds, and the stars, and poppy flower in the picture? How do you feel when you spend a lot of time looking at nature? Do you feel connected to everything and everyone? How would you describe that feeling? Get me that moon, says the child in tears. Do you know the saying, like crying for the moon? It means that sometimes the things we most want are things that are beyond our reach. But in the picture, the boy gets his wish, even if it's only in his imagination. How happy he looks with the moon in his hands, flying across the night sky. Can you imagine how exciting and satisfying it was for me to find poems that aligned so perfectly with my paintings? I'll read some more haiku and share some thoughts and questions with you that are included in the book. It crawls 2 or 3 feet, and then the day is done for the mud snail. This poem was by Gomei. Some of us just move slower than others. A road that is very short for you is very long for a snail or a turtle. Time passes differently for different beings, including us. How long does it take for wild grass to bear a flower, for leaves to sprout, wither, and fall, for the girl to grow too big to ride the turtle? And yet all of these beings that move and grow at different paces live side by side and share the same space. Here, come here, I call, but the fireflies blithely go their way. And this one was by Anitsura. The haiku and the picture are both about fireflies, but in the picture, it's the imagination that has its way. Have you ever wanted to catch fireflies on a summer night? Then you can imagine how nice it would be if they were unable to fly away, just for a little while, so you can enjoy their flickering lights and share their space. Just you, the night sky, and fireflies, until the jar is opened and out they fly. Another poem by Isa. The colors of the dawning sky, a change to a whole new garment. When night becomes day or winter becomes spring, does it ever seem to you that nature is changing its clothes the same way we change ours? In Isa's day, the Japanese people celebrated the coming of summer by putting on new white garments. In this picture, the girl's white nightgown reflects the rose and gold colors of the sky when the sun comes up and night becomes morning. It's as if both she and nature are wearing a whole new garment. When I looked back, the one I just met on the road vanished in the mist, by Shiki. In this haiku, there is a feeling of mystery and maybe also loneliness. The girl's companion has gone his own way. Sometimes journeys are like that. We meet new people, but we part company. Do you think the fox is that lost companion? Or do you think that the fox is a companion the girl will soon meet, a friend who might share the road with her all the way? A poem by Seishi. A distant sail under the burning sky, a sail in my heart. Why do you think the poet likens a sail on the sea to a sail in his heart? Is the boat carrying away someone he loves? Is the sail in his heart a wish to go to other places and be with people he misses? Or maybe the sail in his heart is a longing for freedom. Sometimes the things we see remind us of other things. People we love, places we want to visit, and things we want to do. In the picture, the sea and the sail are all that the eye is seeing. What thoughts do you think may be going on behind the eye? And here's another poem by Isa. Just Being Alive, the Poppy Flower and I. This poem and picture are about celebrating the joy of the moment, about finding happiness in just being here. It also reminds us that we can't really appreciate the world until we learn to appreciate the little things in it, like a poppy. Looking at this picture, do you think that the poppy is as big as the girl, or that the girl is as small as the poppy? But look, there's no poem here. The page is blank. That's because I want you to write your own haiku to accompany my painting. Would you like some help with this? There's a book pictured here on the back flap of mine called Write Your Own Haiku by Patricia Donegan. Her book is filled with tips to help you with your poem. Here are some of her suggestions for writing haiku. Your haiku should have 3 lines, with or without the 17-syllable count. It should be 1 breath long. Your haiku should refer to nature and hint at the day's season or weather. And your haiku should have an ah moment that wakens us up. You might think these instructions for writing a poem are limiting, but I think that there is a freedom in structure. If I was just to say, write a poem, you might feel lost within the infinity of possibilities and have trouble figuring out how and where to begin. After you finish your haiku to accompany my painting, you might think of more things to write about. And then you can make a drawing or a painting to accompany those poems. Maybe you could make a book of haiku poems and pictures like I've done. Have you noticed that I'm surrounded by kokeshi dolls from Japan? My grandfather gave one to me when I was 5 years old, and I have loved and collected them ever since. This is a taste of things to come, as now I'm working on a picture book about kokeshi dolls. Thanks for listening today. While we're all spending more time at home, I encourage you to follow Asia Store on Facebook and Instagram and visit asiastore.org to get to know more about their authors and browse the books online, including my first book of haiku poems. Be sure to tag Asia Store on social media at #InThisTogether to show we're more connected than ever. I hope you enjoy the experience of writing haiku and making some art to accompany your poems.